Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well today. Today I bring to you a highly requested video. Today we'll be checking out Canadian water bombers saving Los Angeles. Let's jump right into it. Feel free to follow my Twitch and Patreon down below in the description. And if you don't feel like following a brother over there, at least give it a look, you know? Feel free to check it out. You might see something you like.
Peak Santa Ana season and wildfire
Look
season.
at that, boy! Imagine seeing this from a high point of view. All the fire down below, burning trees, houses, ruining crops, ruining fields, just schools. I've seen a clip online, and it was a school in California near, I guess, a forest, and part of the school actually burned down because of how close, it reached. They weren't able to, I guess, like firefighters tend to burn the fire before the fire actually gets there, so it can stop. They weren't able to do that, so therefore it reached the school, it reached the fields, and it actually got, half of the school because there was grass next to the school. I know, right? If there wasn't no grass there, the school would have been perfectly fine. It would have just been burning on the fields. School would have still been in session probably. All we gotta do is take care of the fields. I mean, it's not gonna reach us through the blacktop. It can't go over the blacktop. It's so it's ridiculous. It really is. Fire's unpredictable, and do not underestimate it, because boy, it burns. Fire's hot. It's hot. I got burned. Hey. This is like 3rd, 4th, 5th degree. I don't even know how many degrees it is. It feels like the highest one. Burned. It was hurting. It was burning for days, for weeks, blistering. Now imagine you're behind touching that fire. Oh.
LA County is so concerned, it just brought in 2 more super scoopers from Canada.
Special delivery from Canada. Firefighters just received 2 new super scoopers, a possible game changer.
Word up.
Back and ready to do battle. This year, the CL-415 Super Scoopers hit the ground running. Last Thursday, the very first day of the contract, the big yellow planes helped tame the explosive wildfire north of Castaic.
What happens after all of that water? You gotta go back to a lake or something, and you gotta go pick up more water. I've seen helicopters. They land in people's pools up in the hills and stuff because they're trying to gather the water out their pools for these fires. It's not enough, man. It's not enough, and it's dangerous getting that close down to the trees and the homes. Like, the lower you go, you gotta, really control it. It doesn't just go down. That's not how flying works, man. This is not how how aviation works at all. You don't just control that helicopter and go down so easily. You ever try to land that helicopter on GTA, and it's hard, it's difficult? Now, imagine real life. GTA makes it so realistic because it's hard. Imagine real life. You're gonna be swinging. You gotta control that thing. Man, these people are talented. You can't even hold the water in these planes because it makes no sense. How you gonna get there fast enough? You're gonna hold all this water. It's gonna weigh the plane down, and by the time you get there, that's it? You did all that for that water to just be released, and now you gotta go back and do it again. How do y'all do it, man? I get it's your only job as a water bomber, but my goodness, it has to be so frustrating. So many hours accumulated into just back and forth, getting the water, dumping it. It's like, I know you wish you could probably extinguish the whole thing right away, just in, one go, but that's not how it works in a forest.
Well, we're up over the fire, and we've been watching these super scoopers. First day of the contract, and boy, these guys are earning their money. I'm going to go a little long here because he's right over the lake, and I know everybody loves watching him just kind of scoop that water up.
These are the airplanes picking up the water. I've never seen in my life.
It is a very mean fighting machine. Top of the line aerial water bomber.
Imagine a superhero of the skies. That's the Canadair CL-415, affectionately known as the Super Scooper.
The Canadair is the reference with respect to aerial firefighting and is the only aircraft specifically designed for that purpose.
These aircraft are a tremendous tool for us. CL-415 Super Scoopers from Quebec. Our partners in Canada come out to visit us each year. It's a 27th year of operation for us.
The LA County Fire Department leased 2 more Super Scoopers from Quebec.
How much these things cost? How much they cost? What's the budget for these things for just one, let alone two? How much water can it scoop at one time? Like, how much water are we talking? How much is it dumping all in one? Like,
has been giving viewers an aerial look at the firefight, and he's seen these super scoopers in action.
It's just amazing. It's just this overwhelming sense of, wow, what the power that this machine can make, the ability that it has to put out so much fire.
Nah,
the plane
for real.
can hold 1,600 gallons of water.
1,600 gallons. That's 1,600. 1,600 gallons is a lot for a plane to hold, but is it enough to really take out a fire? It's enough to maybe take out this much.
It is often seen during a wildfire, scooping up water from a nearby lake and dropping it onto the blazing fire.
The CL-415 is a phenomenal machine. Its ability to pick up water 6 times in an hour delivers a big punch to a fire.
The video from the plane's manufacturer Bombardier shows how it works. Pilots flying the plane close to 100 miles an hour skim the surface of a lake, gathering up water through scoops on the plane's belly.
There's one on the right, there's one on the left. Like I say, they're 5 inches by 8 inches. They get deployed before we touch down on the water.
About 12 seconds later, these tanks inside the plane will be full with more than 1,600 gallons of water. And the pilots are off to the fire.
And this is really good. I'm sorry to pause so much, guys. I'm just really fascinated by this. This is something new I've never seen before, that the world has never seen, and we're just now getting introduced to it. At least me. People in Quebec are probably familiar with this, but not I. Not I, man. So this is like really interesting, man. Especially, I like the way it gathers the water. When seeing how the helicopters do it when trying to fight and battle and tackle these aggressive Los Angeles, these California fires. Oh my goodness. It's like you scoop it up and it's like, what's the point? It's like you scoop it up and it's falling out. The water is literally falling out because there's holes in like the bag or whatever it is they're scooping in it with the helicopter. Like, it's so useless. I'm looking at the video and it's pissing me off watching all of the water drop down. I'm talking about drop down. You're not going to have no water by the time you get to the fire. And it's so frustrating, guys. Look up that famous video of the helicopter in the hills in California taking water out of someone's pool. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, it's going to trigger you, boy. It's going to trigger you. This is so more efficient. It's like we actually used common sense here. It was like, how can we, how can we get the water? But how can we keep the water? That way we can make it to the destination that needs the water. You see what I'm saying? Like, we gotta think it all the way through. I mean,
it can drop every 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the location of the water source.
Look at that.
They're one of the few aircraft that actually can dip water or take water out of the ocean, the salt water. We can't do that with the helicopters because of how damaging it is to them.
You can see instant results, and they do it with such precision.
Canadair is known for being able to attack the fire at very low altitudes.
And it's salt water. We ain't gotta, you telling me there's a fire? I done unplug my headset again. There's a fire, and I ain't gotta look for no lake. I ain't gotta look for no pond. I don't have to look for somebody's pool. I can go right to the ocean. Oh, we got all this good water. We got all this salt water right here. We ain't drinking it. Like, I might as well be able to scoop right into it. That's so convenient. Let go of the helicopters, man. Let them be, like the emergency air support. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that for no fire rescue.
While other water bombers lose their effectiveness at higher speeds and higher altitudes.
They lose
when
effectiveness,
required,
water,
the Canadair
everything.
can battle fires in fleet formation of 2, 4, or 6 aircraft, providing up to 6,000 liters of water dropped in sequence as frequent as every 15 seconds.
6 tons of water released in just a few seconds.
Now you got, say one of these, he said you could maybe drop about 6 an hour. Now you got 6 of these planes. Now let's do the math. And they coming back to back consecutive behind each other like how they just showed in this video. Man, that fire is put out in no time. Look. You tell the fire department to sit back and just relax, because this is something they ain't never seen before. Word, like,
on the ground, the impact is enormous. This force, added to
look
the
at
blast
that.
effect, helps to smother the flames.
Its superior maneuverability makes it perfect to operate in the steepest terrain.
Is unbelievably maneuverable. You can enter in every little space.
All of the Canadian pilots, the guys from the province of Quebec, are ex-bush pilots, so we were used to fly float planes and ski planes.
All Super Scooper pilots have extensive seaplane backgrounds and don't touch down on a lake unless it's safe. He says if you see this plane in the area, move your boat closer to shore and grab your camera.
There he is. Look at that, perfect timing. We love them super scoopers.
One of the planes came up over us. My wife saw the shadow, so flew right over us when we were going through the canyon. So that was cool.
This is obviously a very welcome sight. To know, John, that they are able to put this aircraft up and that the winds have sort of taken a little bit of a break from yesterday.
And what's really interesting about that, and you see right there just in front of the wing, that is from the province of Quebec, up in Canada.
Quebec, les Amis du Nord, who are joining in the fight here in their Canadair water bomber that they used in the fires up there in northern Quebec in December of 2023.
We have firemen and women from Mexico, from Canada.
Nice. Mexico and Canada. Nice. Mexico as well.
Mr. Crowley said that the biggest asset right now are the water dropping assets who have been making a big difference in fighting these fires. Mike, we also have seen some problems with other aircraft that have nothing to do with what our firefighters are trying to do.
The aircraft that you're talking about, Pat, is a drone.
Did you hear the other thing that was confirmed by the LA County Sheriff's Department about a super scooper? Earlier today, they were making some water drops, and there was a drone, an unauthorized drone flying, and it hit the wing of that plane. The plane had to come down, not seriously damaged. So now the FBI is moving in, FAA, and they're telling anybody if you put a drone up in this.
No. Yeah, look. You ruining what we got going, man. We're trying to do something. Mission Impossible. And you got a drone? You got a drone up in the sky? Man, come on.
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail.
Los Angeles County Fire Department said that the plane known as Quebec 1 had been struck by a civilian drone Thursday and sustained damage to its wings.
This small drone hit the wing of our CL-415 Super Scooper aircraft that we currently have on contract from the province of...
They got the pieces of the drone in a bag. Every last piece of that drone. What? You going to jail? Your fingerprints is...
Quebec. The pilots were unaware that they hit the drone. It wasn't until they landed at Van Nuys Airport that the maintenance staff noticed that there was a fist-sized hole in the leading edge of the wing. Everyone should know, all of your viewers, flying a drone in the fire traffic area is not only dangerous, but it's illegal.
That is so wildly dangerous.
Who would have ever knew it was illegal, though? I mean, but sometimes you got to use common sense in situations like this. You know, air support and stuff. But you wouldn't think that your drone would hit a plane. You know? I mean...
Brought down that aircraft. Now, we are down a firefighting asset, and an important one that, by the way, isn't ours. We borrow those from Canada. They come down to help us out, and now one of them is out of service with a hole in its wing, which is not an easy repair, by the way.
All right, so we...
Yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about. USA, come on. They done let us use their beautiful planes, and only one made it back home. The other one made it home with a fist-sized hole in it. This is why we can't have nothing over here. We can't have nothing.
Canada gave America some planes to fight the fires in LA, because of course we did. And they broke it. They hit a drone, and it's got a hole in the wing now. So one of the planes is grounded. So it's cool.
Who's the dumbass who thought it would be a great idea to fly a drone in the middle of a raging fire where firefighters are risking their lives just so you can get the shot?
The Super Scooper and that technique is our #1 tool to fight wildfires like this. And when folks fly drones,
I've never seen a helicopter like that hold the water like that. The helicopter I see in the video had like a net and like strings holding it. It was dangling, it was swaying. It looked like it wasn't even really meant for that. They was just using what they had at the time. Looking at these helicopters, I ain't never seen these.
There's those abilities significantly.
That Super Scooper will be prioritized for repair 24/7. It should be flying Monday. We only have 2 of them.
But a lot of people may have noticed on the wing it says Quebec. And that's because these planes are in fact on loan from Canada.
Quebec has about 12 of these units. We've shipped 2 to California, and there's 2 showing up, I think, tonight.
Quebec Public Security Minister Francois Bonnardel announced Friday morning that the province will send 2 additional air tankers.
Quebec Transport says there are 2 more planes heading to the U.S. this week. I think at home people are watching as well on social media feeds, crews in L.A. saying those water bombers that have come down from Quebec are crucial because they're the only kind of planes that can use ocean water.
As of January January 15th, 4 Quebec air tankers will be contributing to efforts to fight the historic wildfires in LA.
More and more help is arriving all the time. And the good news is these Canadian crews who often help out with wildfires like this from British Columbia and Quebec, they're so experienced with the wildfires there. They really know what they're doing, and they can drop water right on the target. It's almost like watching a great sports game when they really nail it. It's pretty amazing.
Look at this American badass right here, son. Look at the Pacific. He don't give a son. Look at him, Captain. Watch, he's gonna skim it right across the Pacific. That right there.
I can't hear this foolishness no more. My headset unplugged and everything. I think it was for the best of me.
Canadian and that's the thing is like the Canadians are awesome, right? Sending down.
Thank you.
Is that what that is?
That's
yeah.
it, the Canadians, right there.
And there's some awesome video of this thing scooping up some water.
They're able to go out and return quickly, where all those other VLATs and other ones dropping Foschuk, they have a long return time. They got to go all the way to an airport somewhere, where these guys are making great work. They're just constantly nonstop since I got here.
And here comes another one. Balls of steel, son. Look at the concentration. Look at the focus. He's got a belly full, Captain. He's like, I don't give a shit. We got a fire to put out. Oh, son. Holy.
Let's just watch this.
And there's one thing I could say though about my American people is that we're gonna bring that energy and we're gonna root on. We're gonna root on when somebody's helping in need. Yeah, for real.
Though, because this is pretty incredible how quickly
She's got
all
a
that
belly
water
full.
was gathered, right? And they're going to just go right back up that hill.
The real superheroes swooped in, the Aquaman, if you will. And I have to say, watching these pilots drop water from planes, these precision strikes, it is so, I can watch this all day long. From now on,
that was crazy. That was so satisfying. You deserved yourself a raise. You deserved yourself a raise. Somebody paid his bills.
Precision strikes.
Look.
It is so, I can watch this all day long. From now on, this is how I want to put out the candles on all my birthday cakes.
Precision and the experience that these pilots, these firefighter pilots have, it's really incredible.
Thousands of gallons of water, and he just lifts off and flies off into the damn sunset. That is an American badass.
We don't scoop really often in the ocean in Quebec, so
Quebec.
we manage the swell and the wave here.
Was it scary?
I didn't have time to think about that.
It's amazing what they're doing and the work that they're doing so quickly.
And a big weapon in the fight against the fires is back in the air today. Now that it is flying once again, some are asking, should California buy one of these planes?
The planes are being used in Europe and Australia, and their efficacy in utilizing ocean water is driving...
You know, I think throughout like times that we're facing, especially between the U.S. and Canada, I think this is a good time for the U.S. to put the pride to the side. Hey, can we purchase maybe like one or two of these planes from you? And maybe that'll, ease some of the tension a little bit, huh? Or maybe Canada would just see it as another business partner. Let them buy our stuff. We still don't want no relationship. Either way, we don't know. I'm just seeing it from both, perspectives. Because I already know it's not going to change nothing purchasing stuff from Canada. I mean, that's not going to change the relations and stuff.
And across the globe.
The aircraft is used by 11 countries worldwide and is widely applied in emergency rescue operations.
In Canada, they have a lot of provincial fleets there, and there are a lot based in Europe. In the U.S., they never have been. In California specifically, I think with all the publicity, we're getting a lot of interest as people see what they can do.
The Super Scooper was recognized by Spain in 2006 as, quote, the most efficient tool for the aerial combat of forest fires. And it is generally regarded around the world as the single greatest fire extinguisher ever invented.
This line of aircraft is something of a Canadian success story, describing it as the only scooping aircraft of its size and capacity in the world. It was back in the 1960s. Canadians decided we needed to engineer a plane with this sort of aerial firefighting capacity. Canadair, now Bombardier, would build these planes for decades.
Canadian Aerospace, really exceptional engineers, and I think all Canadians can be proud that this is an aircraft built in Canada by Canadians.
Where do you think it started? Where do you think aerospace started? I mean, come on, of course they're going to be on top of the game. Man, come on. Of course.
Bombardier would build these planes for decades.
Canadian Aerospace, really exceptional engineers, and I think all Canadians can be proud that this is an aircraft built in Canada by Canadians for the world.
In the spring of 1998, a super scooper was flown from Quebec to southern Mexico, where it battled extensive wildfires for over a month. The super scooper was credited with saving 37 firefighters surrounded by fire, whereby it swooped in and made 7 drops, opening a corridor in the fire that crews could escape through.
And as multiple fires continue to rage on in the Los Angeles area, the super scoopers have become a welcome sight to residents and firefighters alike.
It is a Canadian product. We've got the world expertise in terms of building world class, and our friends in Europe, they don't call.
Hey, are there any molecules within the salt water that these planes gather that could possibly extinguish these fires faster? Like, you know, if there's some molecules within the water that could, you know, potentially be the reason why the fires extinguish so quickly? Or am I just overthinking it now? Am I getting a little too sciencey? Am I overthinking it too much?
Call them super scoopers. They call them Canadaires.
Canadair.
They're very, very reliable, and we'll be there for the future.
Oh, yeah, they will. Man, we gotta buy some. The next generation aircraft, the DHC-515, is currently in production for release in 2028. Ooh, firm orders 22 already. Oh my gosh, Canada's about to make a fortune. Y'all about to make a fortune. Wait, what you mean there's been no orders from the US? I think that wraps up the video today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day to check out this fabulous video. Canadian water bombers saving Los Angeles and possibly the rest of the world. I mean, yes. Why did we not put our orders in yet? What is going on? It's like, you know, they came here to save our lives. They could help us. They got us for sale on the market, and we still decided not to purchase it. Meanwhile, we needed the help. I would go and purchase this plane. And we could afford it. We got money. Man, let's go purchase these planes. California, yearly, they have so many forest fires. It's not a tragic event that just happened once in a lifetime. It's going to be worth it. There are other places in the US that catch fire. Pennsylvania. There are other places. You know, we just tend to oversee them. They may not be as big as California, but there are so many other places that could really, you know, use these planes. Let me see what the rest of the video is saying. Let me see if he put some more BS than I'm about to say, because that was crazy. What do you mean we haven't bought any planes yet? We need to buy some planes right away, ASAP. What are we taking our time for? Fires all around the year, especially in LA. There's no winter in LA. There is no proper winter in LA. I'm talking about the winter we get. Canadians know what I'm talking about. There is no real winter in LA, so they can have fires all year around. Everyone, please feel free to share your honest thoughts and opinions on this video and how you feel about these fabulous water bombers, these brave people, man, these fabulous planes. I mean, your beautiful country lending us these planes. Not really lending, because it's not like we had American, you know, pilots flying them, but you guys came over here and, you know, you guys offered your help, your services, and that's what we truly appreciate. For real. Everyone, feel free to follow the Twitch and Patreon in the description down below. Feel free to share any stories. Have you ever had the chance to see one of these water bombers fight a fire in person? Do you have any friends or family members, or maybe even yourself? Are you qualified? If you qualify, you making that bag. If you watching this video right now and you are a water bomber fighter, you're making a bag. You a pilot, you're making a bag. And congratulations to you. Thank you so much for watching me. Please feel free to share in the comment section. Do you know anyone that has ever had to fight a fire? I'm talking about they're a pilot, whether it's in an airplane or a helicopter. I'm curious because it's difficult. It's hard. Especially in a helicopter, you gotta climb. You have to continue to climb. Very excellent video. Everyone stay safe, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.